Jonathan Pratt, what a Barnsley chap, and he liked a pint of ale. That's why his nose were all as red and his cheeks were all as pale. And if they stopped him on the street to pass the time of day, in drunken tones as he raised his hat, this is what he'd say. Eat by gum, but I'm cold. Eat by gum, but I'm cold. Me arms are like stone, me feet's like lead. I ain't been warm since I left me bed. I get right up to fire, as near as I'm allowed. Then I might get greatly warm at last. By gum, but I'm cold. Oh, a pint of neat and his factor lead, for it warmed him up the nose. He won't much weight, so 1/8, then one for the road. The parson sneered, "I'll drop down dead if I doesn't mend his ways." But Jonathan says, well, I don't right care, 'cause it's warm down there, they say. Eat by gum, but I'm cold. Eat by gum, but I'm cold. Me arms are like stone, me feet's like lead. I ain't been warm since I left me bed. I get right up to fire, as near as I'm allowed. Then I might get really warm at last. But eat by gum, but I'm cold. Now Jonathan finally met his match with a yard of ale, they say. So they laid him out with a jug of stout to help warm him on his way. The devil welcomed him, come in, and showed him all his charms. But Jonathan says, well, if this is hell, it's not right bloody wine. Get some coil on. Eat by gum, but I'm cold. Eat by gum, but I'm cold. Me arms are like stone, me feet's like lead. I ain't been warm since I left me bed. I get right up fire, as near as I'm allowed. Then I might get greatly warm at last. Eat by gum, but I'm cold. But eat by gum, but I'm cold. Eat by gum, but I'm cold. Me arms are like stone, me feet's like lead. I ain't been warm since I left me bed. I get right up to fire, as near as I'm allowed. Then I might get really warm at last. Eat by gum, but I'm cold. Eat by gum, but I'm cold. Eat by gum, eat by gum, eat by gum, but I'm cold. I'm chuffing frozen. Here I am, I was brought up on bread and jam. We went to the seaside for the day. Everybody shouted, hip, hip, hooray! I diddle diddle when I wore a nip. We all sang together on the old club trip. Polly Wally Doodle played cat and mouse, and my father had a pint at the halfway house. Sailed on the alley on a big ship. We all sang together on the old club trip.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have a wee.
Set in neat, it scrub, scrub, scrub. We all got back in an old tin tub. Our last in, and it made me eyes weep. I could never understand how it got that deep. Remember crack and smack when it used to hurt. Had to see pins in me catalogue shirt. We lake wit slap, dab pops in the dish. When it got dark, I watched the silverfish sing, aye diddle diddle, all jump and skip. Let's all sing together for the old club trip. Miss Polly had a dolly and the 1 o'clock mouse. My father got drunk at the halfway house. I couldn't Jimmy Riddle with me sewn up zip. We all sang together on the old club trip.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I got me money off committee men. Sunday morning, rise and shine. Saw all the buses standing in a line. Don't muck 'em up, them wits and tight clothes. Don't go about an hanky for these snotty nose. Me mum pinned a paper onto me coat. It's come on the old club trip, she wrote. If he gets lost and is in distress, send him back to Barnsley, this is his address.
Aye diddle diddle, all jump and skip. Let's
All sang together on the old club trip. Polly Wally Doodle played cat and mouse, and we had to leave me father at the halfway house. Me thumb went yellow with me sherbet dip. We all sang together on the old club trip. Push to the front and had to be it. All of the others for the long back seat. Lasses chatter, 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 gobber, gob, gob. First to see tower, got to bob. We sang a song of sixpence, 3 blind mice. Won a game of I Spy, a lucky back spice. All shouted Italian, Mamma Mia! Better get me name down for next year. I diddle diddle, when I wore a nip. We all sang together on the old club trip. Polly Wally Doodle played cat and mouse. We had to pick me father up at halfway house. Posser in the Peggy Duck, dip, dip, dip. That's how we all got ready for the old club trip. I wish your kids at back could shut up a bit. I diddle diddle, when I wore a nip. We all sang together on the old club trip. Miss Polly had a dolly and the 1 o'clock mouse, and we had to pick me father up at halfway house. Sailed on the alley, you on a big ship. We all sang together on the old club trip. If you want to sing along, just join in and you can't go wrong. The cat had a fiddle and the cow and the moon.
How could a dish run away with a spoon?
We've all waited all year long. Clap your hands together when you sing this song.
Aye diddle diddle,
Right now,
all jump
is there anybody not here?
all sing together for the old
Hey, oh,
club trip.
I can't bring that donkey on here. There's chopping sand all over. Oh, they see it. It's stuck up with bloody rock. That's a me that's lost me, man. She'll come.
It's 9 o'clock. I'm James Marriott. Tonight is the big night for Barnsley. The long-awaited halo is being switched on for the first time. Big crowds are expected as the high-tech laser lights, which are the envy of the rest of the country, will be turned on in a dazzling display of digital technology.
We come from a town, they like to put us down, and we've got an halo in the sky. We go for a stroll round the Tuscan wall, ate our Albertus pork pie. They tell me up in Lock Park there's a geezer. He thinks he's looking at the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Get this end down and come to our town. We've got a nail in the sky. I remember Big Joe, he had gout in his tour, and when he had a stall on the market, he had a big van, it was like a caravan, but he never knew where to park it. Bag of teeties for a bob, he were all shant and gob, old ear he covered with his hat. He If you could see this Tuscan wall, I bet it's sharp and bold. What the bloody hell is that? We come from a town and they like to put us down, and we've got an halo in the sky. We go for a stroll round the Tuscan wall, ate our Albertus pork pie. They tell me down at the Dern, just behind John Dennis, there's a bloke on a gondola, I bet he thinks it's Venice. Get this end down and come to our town, we've got an halo in the sky. I remember little Stan, he was Wickfall's man. He always called on Friday neat. Wickfall. He sold me Aunt Nellie a black and white telly. He killed her when she plugged it into lead. Me mum sings in and no. She says that's to come back next week. We used to hear him say as he went on his way, she's hidden behind curtain, what a bloody cheat. We come from a town, they like to put us down, and we've got an halo in the sky. We go for a stroll around the Tuscan wall and ate our Albertus pork pie. That old Roman emperor, they called him Julius Caesar. He hitched up with a Kendry lass and called her Moaning Lisa. Get this end down and come to the town, we've got an halo in the sky.
It's 9 o'clock. I'm James Marriott. The whole town suffered a massive power cut last night when the long-awaited halo was switched on for the first time. There was an explosion over the town hall. The lights went off as far away as Sheffield and Wakefield as emergency services struggled to cope with the power loss. YEB technician Fred Spilsbury told NFM,
"They put wrong bulbs in. They were only like Christmas tree leaves, and they were using wrong Italian voltage. It made a right mess."
Well, the European champions Barnsley were last night beating Real Madrid 6-1 at Oakwell in the Champions League when the lights went off. The match was abandoned in the 89th minute.
Uncle Dave,
What now?
has they heard out?
Has they heard about that big strong man?
Big man?
He lives in a caravan.
Where?
Has they heard about that big fate?
What fate?
Our Sylvester, he took on 8.
All 8?
That can bring on all heavyweights that's got.
Can I?
We've got a lad, he'll be a top lot.
Can he?
Nah, Dempsey and Ali walk best,
What they?
but they'd not beat our Sylvester. Now he's my brother,
Oh,
Sylvester.
what's he got?
He's got a row of 40 medals on his chest.
Big chest.
Killed 1,000 Zulus in the west. He takes no rest. Bigger the man, stronger the punch. Don't push,
Just shove.
plenty of room for me and thee. He's got an arm
What an arm.
like a leg,
A turkey leg.
and a punch that'll sink a battleship.
Big ship.
Takes all the army and the navy to put the wind up.
Oh,
Sylvester, well, he thought he'd take a trip to old Japan.
I saw.
So they brought out the big brass band, and they brought out all the instruments they got. Ah, Sylvester, he played all lot, and the old church bells did ring dong ding dong. The old church choir did sing, "Abide with me." The old turned out to see my brother Sylvester and me, 'cause he's my brother.
Oh,
Sylvester,
what's he got?
he's got a row of 40 medals on his chest.
Big chest.
40,000 Didas came out best at Clayton West. Bigger the man, stronger the punch. Don't push,
Just shove.
plenty of room for me and thee. He's got an arm
What an arm.
like a leg,
Like a leg.
and a punch that'll sink a battleship.
Big ship.
It takes all the army and the navy to put the wind up. Oh, Sylvester. Well, he thought he'd take a trip to Italy.
Just one
He thought he'd take a trip by the sea.
crossing
He jumped in the harbour at New York,
Splish splash.
and he swam like a man made of cork.
Well, what did he sing?
Well, he saw the Kiwi 2 in distress,
What did he do?
so he put the Kiwi 2 on his chest.
Can't believe that.
He drank all the water in the sea. Then he walked to Italy. Now he's my brother,
Uncle Dave.
Sylvester.
What they talking posh for?
He's got a row of 40 medals on his chest.
Big chest.
He can suck more beer than Georgie Best. It's no contest. Bigger the man, stronger the punch. Don't push.
Just shove.
Plenty of room for me and thee. He's got an arm
What an arm.
like a leg,
Like a leg.
and a punch that'll sink a battleship.
Big ship.
Takes all the army and the navy to put the wind up. Oh, Sylvester. He's my brother. Oh, Sylvester.
They're still talking posh.
He's got a row of 40 medals on his
I
chest.
can understand it now.
40,000 Didas came out best at Clayton West. Bigger the man, stronger the punch. Don't push.
Just shove.
Plenty of room for me and thee. He's got an arm
Got an arm.
like a leg,
Like a leg.
and a punch that'll sink a battleship.
Big ship.
Takes all the army and the navy to put the wind up. Oh, Sylvester, he's the best.
And I'm joined by two older classmates of mine, Whitecross School we went to in 60s, John Winrow, Geoff Rushforth. And we've come to look at this film, John, about fishing. So I'll set it off.
Well, I can remember this very plain. This is South Ferriby.
South Ferriby, where's that then, John?
River Ancolm. That's where it is.
Ancolm.
River Ancolm in South Ferriby. Near Hull.
Right. So obviously it's a bus trip or whatever.
Well, yeah, it was they used to have about 6 or 7 matches from Shipping Angling Club every year. That's how Bill Delby. He used to live in the house on Worsbrough Reservoir.
Did he? Oh, bank walker. What was it called? Bank walkers.
Gatehouse.
Gatehouse.
It was always known as Kipling's.
Kipling's Gatehouse.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's George Sharman.
I remember George.
That's Jack Goodger. That they used to call him the Flying Doctor, because whichever match he went on, he always took his ambulance bag with him.
So it's a trip then, John, from Shipping.
It was a trip. It was an angling trip, but it was also a social day because there were kids used to go.
Yeah.
The wives used to go. That's young Anthony Peel. Young Anthony Peel now's got angling shop on Oil Common.
So is his son, the lad who took the film, Brian Peel?
Brian Peel is the father of
Right.
him. That's Brian Peel's wife.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
it. And that's his daughter. That's Brian Peel's daughter. That's who brought the film in to have changed from cine to DVD.
Katie. Yeah, Katie.
That's
She used to
right.
work at Hospice, Katie. That's still the same place then, John?
This is still River Ancolm. This.
What date? What would you think date?
This is 1964. This day.
64.
Yeah.
Would you be on this film then, John?
No.
No?
I'm not on this film because I didn't join the angling club till 1966. That's Terry Dalton. Most of the people that are on this film are unfortunately passed away. Yeah, there's very few.
It is a long time ago.
Well, yeah,
64.
It's 50 years since. Exactly, isn't it?
It is, huh?
Yeah.
He used to be barber. Remember Gerald Hatfield?
Oh, right, yeah.
Councillor.
And councillor. That's right, he was.
Up in near Eltree.
That's
Queensway.
right.
Queensway.
Yeah.
He used to own the fish shop up Bank End.
That Levitt Strikes.
Yeah, and that's his missus. I can't recognise that guy.
I never knew Gerald Hatfield were a fisherman.
No, I didn't.
Well, there were a lot of people who used to come for day out.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, this was the time before. This was the time before the oil embargo and the price of petrol went sky high. When the petrol went sky high, it just cut angling clubs down by 50% because you couldn't afford to go on bus. At this time, a bus used to cost about £45.
In them days.
In them days, yeah.
50 years in which times 10 roughly.
Yeah,
About
but-
450 quid.
Yeah.
That's right. But the point was, it used to work out £1 a piece.
I can't remember that one.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But when the Arabs put the oil prices up, it went to about £150 a bus.
obvious question now that these lads are weighing. Would they keep fish?
No.
They're not allowed to keep
No, all fish were returned. The only thing that there were always someone on these matches used to go down the length with the plastic bag, and they used to take all the eels because they were nice eating.
So they took the eels out
And took them home.
All right.
No, that's bus. That's the bus there.
That's Albert Noble, Bill Dolby and George Sharman.
Yeah.
Albert Noble, he were always called the mayor of Worksop. For the simple reason was They was used to pick us up from the ship, which is here we're looking at now.
That's ship there, look.
Yeah.
That's the ship.
Used to
yeah.
pick us up from here, and it used to set off, and it used to pick the A1 up at up to Galthorpe.
Yeah.
And Albert always said the quickest way is straight to workshop.
So obviously these lads have just come back.
This is drop off. This is
Yeah,
coming
come
on.
All right.
Point is the pickup time for these matches. We used to set off 5:15 in the morning, right? And there was always at least 6 crates of beer on bus.
We know now then.
I think
Brigades.
no. Oh, we might be.
That
No, we're not. I'll tell you where we are now. We're at on the River Trent at Stoke Wardolph. That's where this is. I think and this must have moved on because I think I'm on this. Yeah, it is. It is River Trent.
do you know any of these people, Geoff? These lads?
No, I don't know, not to. No, never a fisherman.
No, I never.
That's Little Walt, and Little Walt's only
That's John Bowers.
That's Don
Oh yeah,
Walt's.
yeah, I remember Tom, yeah.
Little Walt still runs the angling section at this pub
Oh yeah, sheep. Yeah.
at Ship. Yeah.
I mean, you've got to have a think on it. We're a big working class sport, like Nipsey, like pigeon racing.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was. But the point about it was a sport, but it was a social outing. The women that used to go and the kids. After when we got to the point where the match was going to be held, the bus driver used to say, "Right, where do you want to go, ladies?" "Well, we'll go to Slayford." So all the kids and women used to get on the bus.
Yeah.
And they used to have a day at
All
Slayford.
right, yeah.
That was Ernest Norman. That's him, Ernest Norman.
Ernest Norman, yeah, from Wall Green.
Yeah.
Ah, big Ernest.
Now this is in Spalding. This is the Coronation Channel in Spalding. This
Lincolnshire.
in Lincolnshire. Yeah.
And about the participation, it's the biggest participated sport in the country, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. But the point was when these films were made, people used to have a 4-month period where you couldn't go angling, and you used to wait with great anticipation for the opening of the season, which was in Yorkshire 1st of June, and now we're in Worsbrough Res.
That's
Yeah.
Res, yeah.
Yeah. You seen the price of a day ticket? £2.
2 shillings.
That lad, John.
That lad there, you just seen walking. That was Derek Plue's lad.
Chuck. Was it Chuck Blues?
I can't remember his name.
No, Derek
No, that was his name, Derek Plue's.
Plues, yeah.
It
His
was.
father had the ship.
That's
the line
right.
of the
Yeah.
ship. Eric,
Yeah, Eric.
Very interesting. Look, that it's not being changed. That's Brig Reservoir before they did all that work in
That's
80s.
right, yes.
Yeah. That's a fish shop owner again. Now I don't know that guy. Looks happy.
They all look at
With his pipe.
Yeah, that's old Bill. Old Bill was 80 something then. 82 I think he were. All these bays now down at Worsbrough Res, they've all been cut out now.
it's all changed, isn't it?
In fact, at the moment, the water level at Worsbrough Reservoir is very, very low.
All those bays, is that where they put those landing
Yeah.
areas now?
What's fella who took film, John? Will he be on, do you reckon? This Brian Peel.
Brian Peel, he's been on.
He's offered to take it.
That's Terry Dalton's dad.
We're back to Shippy, hello.
That's right.
Outside shipping.
I'll point out Brian Peel to you when he comes on.
Those are the champions then.
Yeah.
That's the Pace Shield.
Who's them, John? Do you know the names?
Well, there's Bill Dolby. I know this. I know him right well. This guy at this right hand side, but I can't put a name to him. Oh, that's it. That's Jim
Right.
Dolby. Jim Dalton. No, they weren't.
We're back to Res again, look.
I don't think this is Res.
No.
No, I think. Where are we now? What they doing now?
No, weight scales, isn't it?
Ah. Ah. There weren't very many fish caught, by the way.
But it was a nice day out.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is Resi.
That's Worsbrough Reservoir. That's little Wally who was still in charge of shipping angling club. There he is again. He lives he lives up Dorcroft.
Tom Bowers again, look.
See, Tom died very prematurely, didn't he?
Yeah, very.
Well, I think Tom was what would he be, in his 50s when he died, Tom?
Is that George?
That's Yorkshire, man, yeah.
How many hours would you do, John, there?
6 hours.
6,
They were all 6 hour matches.
yeah.
Do they still have him, John? Fishing tournaments?
Oh,
I know
yeah,
the
they
big,
are, but
the big boys
It's
do it, like.
what it is now. Fishing has become so commercialist, just like everything else. Somebody decided, right, I'll dig a big hole in my back garden and I'll fill it with water and I'll put some carp in and I'll charge everybody £6 a day.
Right, yeah.
And because they do that, and it's an enclosed water, they can keep that fishery open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year.
What, even all the way through the breeding season?
All the way through the breeding season.
Really?
Yeah, there's no outer season now. None at all. That's Ernest Norman.
Big Ernest.
I presume he'll be dead now.
Dustbin man.
Is that what he were?
Yeah. Worsbrough Council. Nice fella.
Oh, well, he was still in the angling club when I got there. I think at some point, Dave, I'm on this film, aren't I?
If everyone I've ever looked at that on it,
Superstar.
bank end, when he was
Superstar,
a
John.
6-year-old and
It looks like the match is over now.
Weighing in.
Weighed in, right, and we'll now go
To the shipping.
Shipping. That was the point about the matches on Worsbrough Reservoir. They were always 5 hour matches, and they used to start at 7 o'clock. So and you used to it will finish at 12. Ship for past.
A lot of things don't change.
Well, the point was pubs used to open 12 o'clock while too, and that was it. There were no full day opening
Yeah, on
then.
a Sunday.
Now this could be the River Witham.
again, Tom Bowers.
Tom, yeah. God bless him.
Isn't that Albert Noble?
It's Albert's cap.
Ah, it is, yeah.
He called him the Mary Workshop. It's funny, he lived just round the corner from me.
I know.
We called him the Mary Birdwell.
That's right. That's Trav Badder. I think actually mounted. Oh, who's that? Good grief, I don't know that face. And there's the rag there.
So, Les Rag.
Mm. There used to be a place we used to go fishing to every year. Opening match was always held at this particular place, and there was a pole barge from one side of the river to the other, and at one side of were a pub, and at the other side there was a pub.
Obviously, presentation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you get to keep those trophies then, John? Or did
No,
you hand them back
yeah,
for an
they'll
annual competition?
they'll still be fishing for them trophies now.
I wonder where the trophies are though, because I'm sure they'll not be in the ship in.
That's Brian Peel in the white jumper.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
That's the fellow who took the film.
Yeah.
It's interesting, that pub's never changed.
No,
I
it can't.
Same bricks, same
Is it?
windows, isn't it? And
Yeah. It's not the pub it used to be, of course, is it?
No.
it's not just a pub what's open.
Yeah.
All pubs I see, they're called for sale or for rent. And what they call average ginger ale, what's it?
That's George.
George
Sherman.
Sharman, Terry Dalton.
That's my buddy.
Yeah.
He were a Birdwell, weren't he, John? Or were he?
His wife.
His
were a
wife
bird-
were a
His
bird.
wife were a Birdwell. She come from Chapel Street. There's Mr. Noble.
Yeah. Wasn't he the secretary?
He was secretary, yeah.
I thought Brian Peel was secretary.
Brian Peel was secretary.
Mm.
Tell me what match secretary. He was president, I think.
Yeah.
That's
It were a bit like unions and buffs and masons, they were all like tin soldiers. That's a good shot. Look at our railway box there.
yeah.
Ah, right.
Go
yeah.
that electric
Ah,
line. That's a
yeah.
lovely shot, that. Moment back in town.
That's coming up from That's coming
Yeah.
up from Gardens.
yeah.
Who's that guy there, that old fella there, John? Do you know?
That's old Bill Delby.
Oh, right.
He were about 82 then, or Bill. He lived in, as I say, he lived in that house on Worsbrough Reservoir.
That's raggy.
Yeah, what's his trophy? Just a minute. Eh. Jim Ingram, who's on here somewhere,
I ain't seen thee.
and little Wally
What's beyond that?
used to start drinking at 5:30 in the morning.
Goodness me.
They used to take half a dozen bottles on bank with them, and then if there were a pub near the town, they used to go to the pub. And then after the match were over, we used to all come back to go to Sleaford, have a meal, and then it were on to a club somewhere. Bellhouse Road Club we used to go to quite regularly in
Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Ah, yeah.
Alright.
Is that Tom again?
That's
Tom
Tom.
Bauer, yeah.
And they were drinking from 5:30 in the morning by the 11 o'clock at night,
Goodness me.
and there were never any trouble whatsoever. It was just a good day out.
They were probably asleep, that's why.
No, they weren't. This is River Trent, and I know it's River Trent because it's the only venue we used to catch plenty of fish on.
I was going to say that, Dave, earlier. Do you realise every time there's some water on, he recognises water?
So what's them fish then? Roach and perch? Yeah.
No, just
Roach.
that's Flying Doctor again, Jack Goodyear. Little Wally. It takes me about years.
That looks like Res again.
It didn't, no, we're in a river somewhere. We're on Trent, I think. In fact, I'm sure it's Trent.
So what year are we talking here, John? What did we say?
Well, if I'm on this,
64?
I think, if 66, I think this is.
66.
Mm. This is Texas backyard up Robert Street. That's all pulled down now.
Where ambulance hall used to be. Robert Street, wasn't it? Is that?
Well, ambulance hall's still there.
Ah, yeah. Garage, in it.
It's Adapt Garage now. Is it Adapt Garage?
That's where that is, Robert Street. Oh, look at you've got curlers in. They always kept curlers in it.
That's next door. Oh, that's his mum. That's Debbie Down's mum. They live next door to one another. Dex had always the best tackle. That was a swing tip, that. A method of fishing.
Alright.
And I should say that swing tip, I've got it now in my fishing tackle box. Because I got all his tackle.
And that's the end of the film. Well, thanks lads for coming. It's been a lovely insight into an old working class sport.
Well, never mind old working class sport.
Still is.
It still is a working class sport. But
John Winrow and Geoff Rushforth.